Hi, it's Wednesday the 3rd of March. It's good to be making this next video. As you can see, my wife's working in the background. Human nature. It's a funny thing, isn't it? I never stop finding it fascinating. In British society, well, we're brought up to be modest. Blowing our own trumpet, well, it's frowned upon a bit, isn't it? Yet inside each one of us, especially in me maybe, there's a bit of an ego constantly trying to get out. And I think we'd be less than honest if we said that sometimes we didn't like other people to look up and admire us, the stuff that we do, the stuff that we say. I was delighted last week when I received a text from a friend saying, "I've just seen a very young you on Look North." Well, I hadn't watched Look North that night, but I was immediately intrigued and started imagining all kinds of reasons why I might be, important enough to be on the telly. Or, what have I done? What have I been caught doing? Well, further investigation, watching catch-up TV, revealed that the article on Look North, well, it wasn't actually about me at all. It was a book of photographs that had just been published showing life in the factory in Blaydon, where I worked as a tool maker in the 70s. And it turns out that the first photograph that was shown on the telly, well, it was me using a centre lathe. What a good looking lad I was. It looked like a lovely book, and I've ordered a copy. It hasn't come, but I'm looking forward to flicking through it. And now, even though that book and my photograph appearing on Look North had nothing to do with me, I immediately started feeling very pleased with myself. I wanted to tell other people, people I know, that I'd been on the telly, and I wanted them to see the photograph and to know what an excellent centre lathe turner and tool maker I used to be. So I messaged one or two people, and you see, I'm even telling you about it now. If I can manage the edit, I'll put the photograph into this video. In today's gospel reading from Matthew chapter 20, we find that Jesus' disciples, well, they were no different from the rest of us, trying their best to wrestle with humility on the outside, but inside craving affirmation. Two of his disciples, James and John, who were brothers, well, they got into hot water with the other disciples for trying to exalt their own position within the group. And it's interesting that we're told that their mother approached Jesus and asked if they could sit, one at his right hand and one at his left hand in his kingdom. Well, this shows us a number of things. First of all, James and John, fully grown men, they didn't really need their mother to speak on their behalf. And perhaps we could work out from that maybe they'd put her up to it so that they could seem a bit less pushy and a bit more humble. And the second thing, although they'd been with Jesus for some time, they still thought that Jesus was pursuing an earthly kingdom rather than a heavenly one. James and John wanted power. They wanted the importance that comes from being associated with a great leader. And Jesus is amazingly patient with them. He uses it as an opportunity to teach all of his disciples and us too. He says this, "Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave. Just as the Son of Man came, not to be served, but to serve." What a challenge that is, but what a privilege. Jesus knows our human weakness, but he also knows that true fulfillment for us lies in the service of others. Best of all, he's paved the way by demonstrating the sacrificial nature of true service. May Jesus inspire all of us to serve those around us. Bye for now.